Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a long wave trade here on gold. So going to adjust my targets just slightly based on the way that we're seeing kind of price hold kind of together here. So really what we're looking for here is we're not necessarily in the picture perfect wave in the sense that we've got a wave count reset or anything like that, but the one thing that I am looking at is the fact that the sellers have failed twice now. They tried bringing it down earlier over here, and they bounced right back up again. They tried it one more time back here at 830 and then failed again and are pushing back higher again. So the sellers they don't seem to have what it takes to really get this price jumping. So what I'm looking for is just simply seller failure. That's really what it comes down to. Now, my targets overall, my first target is going to come off a little bit earlier, 2 contracts off at 1208 even. And the reason is we've got this dashed horizontal support or resistance here at 1208.1. So I'm not willing to try to push prices through that. I'm more than happy to take my profit, or at least part of it there. The second target will be back where we normally take it at 1208.6. And the third target's going to be up at these highs here. 1210.5 is where we're looking for, but you'll notice there's a couple swings in front of that. So we're going to go to 1210.2 and just front run those a little bit. So from our entry here, if we get that first target filled, we're looking at 12 ticks, again taking 2 off there, so 24. And then looking for the next target a little bit higher up, that'll give us 18. And then the final target, if we can get pushed all the way back up to the high of day there, we're looking to add on another 34. So if we can get all of these filled, we'll be sitting on a pretty solid position here. Again, 2 off at 12 gives us 24 plus 18 and 34. That'll give us 76 ticks on the trade to the upside if we can get all of them filled. So far, we're looking pretty solid here to the upside. We're seeing the continuation that we were looking for. Let me get rid of some of this stuff on the chart here, and we'll just delete these. Get rid of that and get rid of that. So now we're just looking back up to the upside. We're coming a couple ticks away from our target here, our first target. So it may take a little bit of time yet to start really getting that push, especially if we're looking all the way back up to 1210.2. I mean, you're literally at that point looking for reversal all the way back up again, back up to those highs. Now, if we can break above that 10.5, then we're looking at a full-blown reversal on the wave count as well. That would give us a full wave count reset back up to the upside. So that would look pretty good, honestly, but it kind of remains to be seen. Once we start getting up to that point, based on what we're seeing right now, it looks like a sideways day. Rotating off the lows, you'd expect it to rotate off the highs. So we definitely want to get out before then, and if possible, look to take an opposing trade in the opposite direction off of those highs and just keep cycling this back and forth. So we've got our target filled here, got that filled at 1208. Now we're just looking to essentially sit in the trade. Now in this case, the way that it's setting up, again, because we got in a little bit aggressively, a little bit early, you do have the option of locking your stop into break even. That is always an option. I would recommend that for newer traders. In this case, the way that it's setting up, because we're a little bit more aggressive on this, I'm going to give it a little bit of room. We are running directly into a horizontal area of support or resistance, so I know that I'm going to expect some bouncing here. The last thing I really want to deal with is for it to hit our target here at 1208, bounce down, stop me out of break even just to see it rocket back up to the upside. So a little bit of a discretionary call. My stop is only 10 ticks. So if it does stop us out, we took 2 off at 12 and we'll take 2 off at minus 10. So we'll still be up 40 bucks on the trade. So it's profitable regardless, which is kind of where we like to be. But just on what we're seeing right now, it looks like it's probably going to be better off to leave our stop back here at 1206. You know, maybe get it a little bit closer if you want, but right around here, 1205.9 or so is about where we should be. So stop is in place. I'm not going to move it yet, not until we get that 1208.6 filled. But you aggressive traders, you're more than welcome to take your stop right at 1206.9. Just understand you may get stopped out a little bit early of the move. So we're coming into our target, but it's been a pretty slow morning here. We haven't hit the open yet at 9:30. We've still got about 20 minutes yet. So we'll give it a little bit of time. We'll come back and we'll see if we can start getting that push up, hit that target at 1208.6, and see if we can get that continuation back to the high of day at 10.2. So we'll be back. All right, we're coming 1 tick away from our target here. Tapped it, didn't fill. There we go. So now we got it filled. Let's lock our stop in a little bit closer here, and I'm just going to go to flat break even because of this little swing low down here at 6.9. We'll use that to our advantage there. So now that we're at break even, we're sitting pretty solid now. And you can see, had you moved your stop, you would have gotten stopped out a couple times, actually. If you waited for that one to form and then moved, you would have been stopped out there too. So kind of no man left behind there. Now, that's kind of what you expect when you're running into these areas of support or resistance. It's going to fluctuate a little bit. There's going to be orders coming in there. It's the same reason why it fluctuated back here at 5 this morning. It hit that area, bounced around for a little bit, and then went. they're really just stopping people out. That's just kind of how it is. So in this case, we kind of read it correctly, which is good. Now that we're breaking these highs, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive on my stop and just kind of move along with this move higher here, just seeing if we can get it up into our target. Now we came 2 ticks away yet, so I'm not quite at that threshold where I really feel like I need to move my target right off the bat. So really just kind of waiting to see if we can get that 10.2. If we come 1 tick away from it, then I'll lock my stop in where I need to. But otherwise, just kind of sitting on hands right now, waiting for a continued move up, and we'll see if we can get it filled. All right, oh, wow. Okay. So I was going to lock my stop in a little bit closer. We came 1 tick away from our target, but big block of volume came in at those highs and we shot through them all. So beautiful pattern to the upside. It was exactly what we were looking for. We read it correctly here, so we didn't get swapped out of it a little too early, and now we're right back at those highs again. So if this is a rotational day, we're looking for these highs to fail. You're looking for these highs to rotate right back down, maybe not necessarily back all the way down to the lows, but you would expect prices to want to come back down to the lows. Keep in mind, a sideways day is kind of just like a flat channel. You're just looking for prices to rotate back and forth until one side or the other picks a direction. And right now we're coming off the highs, so you're going to expect it to come back down to the lows. So you'd be looking for a wave pattern or something to hop into the sell side and just drag this right back down to the lows. But that's going to be the trade for today. Beautiful little wave pattern up. Good read on it. Really nice move back up to the highs. 76 ticks on the trade, $760. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.